Squids! Kids! Oh boy! It's Splatoon, a game where kids and squids spray everything with their colorful goop. Ew. Splatoon is a very fun and unique experience, creating adorable mascots and a new icon for modern-day Nintendo. But you know what's not cute? Bootlegs! That's about all I had to say. So, I guess we can start. Okay. Splatoon 2D! Yeah, this is an actual game that I have downloaded onto my computer, possibly containing 25,000 computer viruses. What is this? How is this real? The art style is a very famous French contemporary, made famous by Sergei Polyakov. It's very abstract, and when translated into English, reads Microsoft Paint! So we're playing as orange-haired Splatoon girl, and the first room allows us to change the music. This is the best feature of the game. You just have to shoot that red thing. Ah, come on! There we go. Now let's just, oh! Now I'm a squid. Fantastic. We then walk to the right, which leads us to a training area, and the action is just so intense! Shooting balloons. We eventually do get a Space Invaders inspired enemy to face, and it's pretty easy. Whoa, hold on! Who are you? Oh, okay, no, I'm sorry. And then the famous Splatoon alien in a spaceship who throws purple fists at you arrive. And you have to fight him. Thanks, you. Oh, no. Thanks, you. Alright, so that was pretty terrible. Let's play a game called Splatoon 1.5. It doesn't say 1.5 here, but it does in the Google search. Ah, it's a dress-up game. Well, we might as well make the best of it. Let's see, oh, that color goes good with you. Ooh, long hair's really good. Ooh, wait, what's this? Wait, why am I giving him perks? And choosing a poorly rendered image of Splatoon weapons. Turf War? Ink the most turf? Wait, is this actually a game? Well, I really wouldn't call it a game. Have your color cover most of the map and you win. Victory! Who are you? I got 6 splats, so that's maybe good. But I'm keeping my eyes on you. Up next is Inkling's Nightmare. Going by the title, you'd assume this is some sort of Splatoon horror game, which would be really cool. But instead, it's just this. An empty, barren Splatoon game. Inkling's Nightmare is actually a puzzle game. You have to reach the end of each stage by avoiding death traps and using Splatoon logic, like exposing hidden walls with your ink and traveling through it. It's pretty cool, actually. The emptiness is the only thing that's really unsettling. Every stage looks like we're trapped in some sort of underground government testing facility, and we're the lab rats. I don't like it. I guess that's where the nightmare aspect of the game's title comes into play. If you're a hardcore Splatoon fan and want to put your Splatoon mechanics to the test, this is for you.
China.
China, the one true home of the bootlegs. If something exists, like anything at all, China is bound to have a bootleg for it. Does this rule also apply for Splatoon? Of course it does! Boys and girls, welcome to Sepia Go. Sepia Go away! I already made that joke. Sepia Go, or Sepia Go, however you pronounce that word. It's a color thing. I'm not an artist. I don't know. Anyway, is a surprisingly good Splatoon bootleg found on the Chinese App Store for Android phones. Now, unlike the Pokemon Go Chinese bootleg where everything looked like a nightmare, here, the game is actually really solid. The graphics and gameplay all mirror the original version. Like, really well. If you need a full-fledged Splatoon game on the go, I'd totally recommend Sepia or Sepia Go. You know, after you move to China and everything, because that's the only place you can get it. I really don't have much to comment on with this game. It's just a surprisingly really well-polished Splatoon game on your phone. You win this round, China. Waffle Pop Quiz. Remember that? What was your favorite game on the Nintendo Entertainment System? Was it Super Mario Bros? Castlevania? Contra? Ghosts and Goblins? Well, for me personally, my favorite NES game was Splatoon! Yeah, what, you didn't know? That Splatoon on the Wii U was a sequel to the NES classic with the same name? Pretty cool, huh? Nah, I'm just kidding. This is just a fan animation created by Chezu Mori of what Splatoon would have looked like if created back in the 80s. It's really cool. Good job, dude. However, an 8-bit styled Splatoon does sound pretty appealing, doesn't it? Bam! Someone's got you covered. An 8-bit side-scroller Splatoon fan game. It's your typical web browser game. You play as a boy inkling and walk to the right while shooting your goop. It's really basic, but still super charming. It's a novelty. Man, where did this game come from? Oh, China. Keep up the good work, China. But let's get back to the American games. Yeah! Here's one that I found called Lost Heroes Awakening. Oh, what have I done? It's another one of these frickin' Microsoft Paint games. So this is our lost hero, I guess. A blue-haired inkling girl who gets thrown into this field, maybe? That's probably grass. That's probably water. I don't know, you really have to use your imagination here. The east will take us to Blah Blah Village. Great. It looks like I got a sword though, so that's pretty cool. Let's find some enemies and use it. Now that sword animation is on point. Look at this train wreck. Who takes out the who takes the time to make this? Are these slimes in tanks? Speaking of slime, why do I have a sword and not my goo gun? Wait a minute. This game has an overhead view, 2 item slots for weapons, heart containers for health, and the game is called Heroes Awakening? Oh shit! This is a Zelda Splatoon bootleg fan game crossover nightmare! So after exploring the land of Microsoft Paint for a while, you come across a house with your friend, I assume, and he gives you a paintbrush weapon. Nice, that's a start. A little more Splatoon-like. Yeah, that's how I assumed that would work. Moral of the story? Don't play anything on the internet. Oh wait, what's this? There's one more game. A Splatoon homebrew on the NES? Well, that's kinda cool. Let's check it out. Oh, that's a charming title screen. Select a stage, okay. Character selection. Oh, that's a pretty basic NES menu style. Let's begin! End my suffering! I'm serious! Just end me now! Kill me! Nah, I'm just kidding. It's alright. 6 out of 10.
Oh my gosh. Dude, how is this real? This was made in like 2016. It looks like it belongs on Action 52. What, do we have to bring that back? Oh, I love this game.